Hello, beautiful soul family. Welcome into your reading today. And to all of the Libras who've had their birthday in September or who are having their birthday today or upcoming, happy birthday! It is your season. It is my season too, so that is why I share some happy birthday messages. So, if you are new to my channel, I do things a little bit differently here. I am a channel, so that means that I do channel a lot of messages. Sometimes there are less cards, other times there are more cards. It just depends on the reading. I do have a specific reading coming in today, as I have received some messaging that an ascended master would like to come in and work with us today, so I'm excited to see who it is that would like to come through. And there is also a decision that is coming up that needs to be made. So we're going to dive into that today. Of course, if you are new to readings, use your discernment. Not everything that you receive in this message is going to be specifically for you. Some parts may fit, other parts will not. And sometimes the whole reading may be for you, and sometimes it may not. So use your discernment, take what is yours and leave the rest. And of course, this is a general collective reading. It is not a one-to-one reading. So that does mean that, again, not everything is going to be for you specifically. So trust your intuition, tune into your intuition, and yeah, let's get this party started. I am looking forward to seeing which Ascended Master wants to come through. I've already pre-shuffled all the cards. And I have connected to all of your ancestors, your Holy Spirit guides and Holy Spirit team, as well as your guardian angels. I am working with my guardian angels, my holy ancestors, and Holy Spirit guides as well, and some archangels at the moment. So who is it? Quan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Okay, yeah, do what is right for everyone involved. That does not surprise me because, again, this is coming down to a decision that needs to be made, right? So we'll see what this is all about. All right, welcome in Quan Yin to our reading, and thank you for presiding over the reading for us today. We greatly appreciate all of your care, your energy, your time today. All right, being the director of this reading, which deck would you like me to start with? Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what this decision is, Quan Yin? What is the decision that the collective has to, or what is the decision that's coming up for the collective? Let's put it that way. What is this decision that's coming up for the collective? Yeah, I'm just going to adjust the lighting for a second here. It seems a bit dark. Hang tight. That's as bright as it goes there. There we go. Maybe that's a bit brighter. Looks brighter. Okay, what is this decision that the collective is facing this month? Oh, and they're on the floor. We're going to do a little reading gymnastics. Okay. So the card that was upright was the initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. Pardon me. And then the one that was downward facing was Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay. In the order they were received. Okay, so the decision that is coming forward for the collective is to decide whether to take this leap, this essentially you're being presented with a decision on whether or not to go all in or to hold back. So what that means, what I'm getting from this is like really being firm in your decision to work with yourself and any limiting beliefs or any old versions of yourself or old programming that needs to go. This is kind of the decision right now. It's like they want what they're saying is what Quan is saying is she wants you to go all in and decide. And this isn't just about deciding as to your own limiting beliefs or your own old ways of being, but it's not just about deciding that and working with yourself, but it's how you're showing up in the world around you, how you are showing up in relation to others is especially important. And so the message here that she's trying to convey is that you're going to be faced with the decision to stand in your power, stand in your authentic truth, and not back down. That's the biggest thing is like, are you able to when faced with a challenge or with a difficult situation or maybe even just with a new person or a new situation, whatever this is for you, are you going to be able to hold fast in the frequency or the energy or the thought form or your authenticity as you are, as you want to be? So this decision is about um, choosing to no longer sway back into old versions of yourself, to sway back into old beliefs or allow others to dictate that for you or to direct your energy, but to have your own opinions, to have your own beliefs, to have your own thoughts, and to act on those in each moment as it arises, whether the moment is difficult or challenging, or whether it's new and exciting. Um, your challenge, I guess, or your decision is to decide whether or not you're going to actually take that leap of faith on yourself and to hold um, that frequency, to hold that shift, right? Because this is a monumental time in your life where you need to decide to either, oh, they just said, uh, I'm not going to repeat the words, but I'll kind of transfer it like get on the pot or get on the path or get off the pot. That translates to something else that they were saying, but I'm not going to say what that was. Uh, they're being funny. Anyhow, yeah, it's make it or break it time is what I'm hearing. Like this is about an initiation into a new version of yourself and it's new territory as well, right? Being beside this creating heaven on earth, Lemuria, it's you can see through this portal that, Lemuria is there. It's hiding in the background, right? And that's where you've always wanted to be. That's what you want your life to be like. You want it to be like this. But I'm hearing that many of you are holding yourself back from being there. Now, whether this is an insecurity or whether it's fear or whether and fear can cover so many things, right? Of course. But fear comes also, it plays into these insecurities themselves. So, whatever it is that's hiding in the background that's creating this fear or this I keep hearing rejection, 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 rejection. So maybe you fear being rejected or fear that you won't be accepted. And what I just heard is rejection is God's protection, right? Rejection is the universe's or the divine's way of protecting you. Those are not people who are aligned with you. So they don't want you to be scared of being rejected. They want you to see that for what it is And the truth of it is that that is a person who does not align with your values or does not align with you spiritually or energetically or emotionally, and who will not be able to um, support this new version of yourself in the way that you want to grow. That's very clear. So they're wanting you to know that this is an initiation phase and that there may be some ups and downs that come along with that, some challenges, they're saying. But this challenge is more about you choosing you, which is why Kuan Yin is here. And she's saying, like, this amount of care and compassion needs to go into every thought and every word and every decision and every buddy in every situation that you align with here on out. So it's about caring for yourself enough not to turn against yourself, not to lower your standards or to settle for less than you deserve or to go against your values or your integrity or your morals or your ethics or your belief systems just in order to give you something that you need. And they're illuminating that right now. They want you to understand what the basic need is so that you can give that to yourself. Because if you feel the urge to lower your standards or you feel the urge to um, act out of integrity, because that would be acting out of fear, right? If you're making decisions out of fear rather than coming back to yourself and saying, would this actually make me happy? Would I feel fulfilled? Would I be turning against myself in any way, shape, or form by making this decision? Would I, like putting yourself first and foremost in this decision-making process. This is the care and compassion that is needed for you. Eliminate everybody else. And they're like very clear about that. Everybody else. Doesn't matter who they are to you, what what your role is in their life. You need to make decisions at this point during this initiation that are taking you into consideration first and foremost. Okay? So there is a lot of care and compassion that needs to go into all of what you're aligning with so that you can essentially align with this journey, with this path, with this new version of yourself. And that's what's blocking you right now. There may be a need to contemplate. Am I self-sacrificing in some way, shape, or form? Am I putting somebody else's needs or wants or desires before my own? Am I making decisions that are aligned with my highest self or my future self or who I see myself as in the future? Because this future is not so far away. This future self that you are desiring for many of you, you're already in line with being that, but you need to go through this threshold, through you have to make this decision firmly that you're no longer going to sway back and forth between the two versions of self, future self and past self, and that you're going to actually say enough is enough, or once and for all, this is who I am, and embody that. Um, yeah, and keep your vibration high. It doesn't mean that you cannot feel feelings. It does not mean that you cannot process things. Definitely, that's not what anybody is saying here. What is being said is that in order for you to embody this energy, you also have to go through these triggering moments and learn from them. So whatever is going to come up in this next month is the initiation itself. It's initiating you to show you where you may still have work to do, maybe where you still have wounds to close up, or chapters or doors to close, or old stories that you're telling yourself, or even belief systems that need to be shifted or reintegrated or integrated, period, I'm hearing. Um, but it's about you caring enough about yourself to no longer go back into those past versions of yourself, right? So you need to show yourself the care and compassion and go after or align yourself with what you truly want, what truly makes you happy, what truly elevates you, whether that is a person or a job or a relationship. It doesn't matter what it is, whether that's like some creative outlet that you're looking to explore, whatever it is, your job is to align yourself with in every moment that you possibly can. It's not always, possible in our 3D realm, but in every moment that you possibly can to seek out your highest joy, to seek out the highest vibration in others or in situations or in what you're doing that you possibly can. And to let go of the drama, let go of the pain, let go of the old stories, and start to rewrite those to shift yourself out of that because it's you who at this point is holding yourself back from realizing your potential and stepping into that. So this month, it seems as though like you're being faced with a decision to anchor that in, to anchor this new reality in or this new shift into your being. But it's going to come with potential challenges. And those challenges are just simply opportunities to show you where you need to shift yourself. Okay. All right. I'm going to have some tea quickly. Got some nice chai tea that I brewed earlier. I didn't make it from scratch, but if you have a good scratch chai tea recipe, feel free to drop that in the comments for our community and for me. I would love that. I really happen to like chai tea a lot. Or if you want, you can tell me what your favorite tea is, if you like tea or coffee better. Honestly, I think there's so many flavors of tea that personally I like tea better, but I'm also somebody who is a little dependent on their caffeine in the morning. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely need my coffee in the mornings, at least at this point in my life. And so I do drink a lot more coffee than tea, but I really like that tea offers you so much more complexity in its flavors and offers so many different varieties and tastes. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a biased opinion about either, but okay. Where would you like us to move? Here? All right. Is there anything that uh is let's see. Quan Yin. Okay. Round and round. All right, we've got round and round. I was going to say, is there anything that can support you in anchoring yourself into this new version of yourself? And so, with this round and round card, this speaks about really repeating patterns and cycles and yeah, it's about going through the motions over and over and over again, and possibly not understanding why it is that you are going through the same things over and over and over again. And so that some illumination needs to happen as to the why. Like, what are you getting out of recycling the same pattern over and over again, or telling yourself the same thing, or speaking to yourself in a certain way over and over and over again? What is the reward? Is it, are you getting something that fills a need within you? Are you getting something that proves to your ego that you're right? Like, are you are you getting what was the other one that you were trying to get through me here? Kind of lost track of that. Oh, okay. They just said, no, the ego thing is the biggest thing. So going round and round and round in the same. circles over and over, the same cycles, the same thought patterns, the same behaviors over and over and over again is really serving some part of you. And with that ego thing, they wanted me to, that's what it was, to mention that that could be a safety mechanism that you learned when you were younger. So that may be something that you want to look at. But really, to anchor down into this new energy, into this new version of yourself, it's going to be really illuminating or important for you to actually examine what it is that keeps you there, what it is that you're getting from staying in there. And again, it could be that your ego is saying, oh, yeah, um, I'm stuck and helpless and, being victimized by the universe, or, that might be your safety mechanism of feeling stuck. That might be um, your set point, what you were raised in, or what energy you were naturally inclined to stay in to survive the world. Or you could be getting some other aspect of your needs filled from that as well, right? So it might be a confirmation to your ego, or it might be a confirmation to your younger self, like, yes, this is how we stay safe. Yes, I'm getting some sort of need met. I'm getting some sort of validation through this experience, whatever it is. I mean, this energy in itself feels like a stuck energy, stuck in a pattern, stuck in a loop, stuck in a cycle. And so understanding your needs is what is going to set you free and allow you to anchor into this newer timeline, this newer version of self, into what you want, right? Interesting. Okay. Anything else on that, Fanya? Whoa, that was a lot. Okay. Do you want us to take all of them? Okay. All right, so we've got soulmates, between worlds, and clean it up. All right. Yeah. This between worlds really talks about what I was just channeling earlier about being like you have one foot in one world and one foot in the other, just like this flamingo here, right? And this decision point is to decide, like, okay, which one do I want to be in? Because you can't be in two at the same time anymore. The energy is changing within the world and within the collective at this time. And so you're either, if you don't make a decision, that's a decision as well, but you're either going to be pushed back into one because of a choice, or because you don't decide to step forward, you may be pushed back or sucked back into this cycle once more, or you may choose, I should say, to elevate and to no longer tolerate what this was. Now, when I get this with the soulmate cards, what I'm really picking up on energetically here is that this is a cycle of transformation that has to do with a soulmate. And now, a soulmate does not mean a romantic partner. This could be a mother, this could be a father, this could be an aunt, uncle, sibling, cousin. It could be a friend, it could be a coworker, a grandparent. We have many types of soulmates in our family. And when I say family, I mean loosely. I don't mean where you were born and who you were raised with, but in our family of human beings, we have many types of soulmates. And so what this decision is about whether or not you wish to go continue this cycle with another round of either with this past soulmate who I get, obviously caused you some trauma or some pain, or was one of your greatest catalysts or teachers, because again, we're all teachers to one another, right? Every relationship that we have or experience with another human being is a new opportunity to learn or to be taught, on both ends. And so whatever these lessons were, it's time to clean them up, to um, stop cycling this pattern over and over and over again. That's what it is really about, is about staying in between and again, not standing up for yourself. So, because the soulmates card came out, this may have to do with another person that you've been dealing with that possibly you've cut off, or you're trying to, or you're in the midst of separating from, or leaving, or but there may be some sort of hooks or some sort of way in which they hoover you back in or pull you back into their games or to their cycles, or this could even just be mentally, right? So there is some sort of tie. It could be energetically or spiritual tie as well. But this cycle needs to come to an end so that you're able to elevate yourself and bring yourself into the space of clarity, into the space of being really tapped in with yourself or connected with self. Being really tapped into that love that is residing within yourself. And Spirit and Kuan Yin are really guiding you at this time to clean up this pattern and to step out of the old version of yourself into the new, right? You can see that this old version of yourself exists in the darkness, in the shadow, in a place that you no longer resonate with or want to be in. And doesn't really matter where you are on your path, I'm hearing is that whoever this represents to you, this soulmate, there may still be an open wound or maybe a story that you're telling yourself about this particular type of person, or about your experiences, or even around trust. I just heard around trusting others, about opening up, or about trusting yourself. I heard as well, trusting whether or not things can change, or whether or not you can access the right types of people or the right vibrations, right? So, in order to fully step into your authentic self, it's going to be of utmost importance to make this decision for yourself, because of course nobody is here to tell you what to do or to make the choice for you or do the work for you. You have to decide whether or not you want this initiation, whether or not you want to take this path, or if you want to continue the cycle over and over and over again. And again, that pushes you back into repeating the same lesson, because the universe goes, okay, I guess, they haven't figured out how to overcome this, or they haven't learned and integrated what they need to know about this. So we're just going to repeat this cycle. That's what we're hearing, okay? So then you're going to repeat it. And thereafter, you're going to attract people into your lives who will demonstrate the same patterns and will illuminate the same difficulties within you. Now, this could also be, if you are not dealing with anybody specific in your family, this could be internally with yourself. So, again, that ego mechanism coming up that was coming up before, that tries to keep you small or tries to keep you. In childhood or not growing up, keep you stuck, is a safety mechanism of the ego that will continue to try and keep you there so long as you allow it, right? That's the most important thing, is like you're in control here, not anybody else. And even if you're dealing with, say, law, or you're dealing with the legal system or somebody outside of yourself, you have a voice, you have power, you're very intelligent. I mean, you're not on this path for no reason, right? You are somebody who is very well rounded and who is capable of not only seeing beyond what most people see and understanding or feeling what most people see, but you're able to see and feel things into the future, or have you received downloads and visions, whether you're aware of it or not, you're receiving this information at all times, in order to help guide you through this. And you can see how the other person in this situation um, may actually react to you in certain circumstances, right? So it's like you're 10 steps ahead. So they want you to clean up this pattern so that you don't have to continue to repeat it, but it takes you doing the work, like choosing this initiation, saying yes to it. You have to tell the universe, yes, I heard. You have to say, yes, okay, I'm ready, universe. I am ready, source. Please take me into this initiation and help me to elevate beyond this pattern so that I no longer have to repeat it. I am ready. I've done the work. I love myself. I will continue to care and love for myself and be um, a leader and demonstrating that care and compassion to humankind, not just to me, but to humankind as well. In understanding that it's okay to let go of whoever or whatever this is. It's okay to let go of those past versions of self or of the limitations that you place on yourself or of the constraints and limitations that somebody else is placing on you. It's okay to leave them behind and move on with your life and move in the right direction for you because that is the care and the love and the compassion that you are needing at this time to show yourself, like what you're made of, right? And that you're able to stay consistent in loving yourself first and foremost. So, yeah, definitely talking to the universe and letting the universe know if you are ready or not. And if you're not, that's totally okay. You don't have to be. It's really up to you, and you're going to have to use your discernment to, and maybe do some reflecting as to whether or not you do feel ready. You're going to have to maintain that energy, though, right? It does come with a lot of work and effort and thought. So you have to maintain that energy. They're asking you to clean it up so that you don't have to repeat this. However, again, you have to make that choice and you're going to have a certain amount of time. I'm thinking the month of October here is your time span to really decide, am I ready for this? And it's going to come with challenges. Again, remember that it is going to come with things and experiences and situations that are going to challenge your ego, challenge your thoughts, challenge your feelings, challenge your beliefs. Are you going to stay steadfast in that energy, or are you going to flail? Or that's a funny word that they brought through, flail. Or are you going to go back and forth between the two energies, right? Or the two patterns, or the two aspects of self, or depends on your zodiac sign as well. But what are you going to choose? The choice is really up to you. All right. So, Kuan Yin. What is it? By deciding to take this initiation and to to hold the line essentially for themselves, what can the collective expect to? Okay, I hadn't even asked a question, but yep, storm warning. Okay, you can expect a storm. And not me. I mean, my name is Storm, but I am not a walking storm necessarily. I'm sometimes people's walking karma, but I think you probably are too if you're watching this. Um, yeah, so that confirms everything that I was channeling through before. You can expect a storm, right? And this can look like manifestations happening around your environment, in your life, with other people, or even on your own, right? These could be inner storms, these could be outer storms, and it can also be a combination of both because this energy that is looming over you that keeps you in this pattern, that is an energy that wants to keep you stuck there so it can feed off of you in some way, shape, or form. Now, you're going to have to take that as it resonates for you because, again, that can fit on so many levels. But when I'm talking about the spiritual side of things, the energy that looms in light or darkness, or you could even, if you're religious, you could look at it as heaven and hell, right? Um, Whatever it is that your beliefs, how that fits into your belief system, there is an energy that looms over the world, right? That we are all born into in agreement, which is why we have to come in with no memory of who we truly are. And so it's going to come with a shakeup. It's going to come, this initiation, this choice is going to come with difficulties, with challenges. And your challenge is going to be, how do I stay steady, remain steady, even amongst the chaos, even amongst the storm? How is it that I can remain in my belief that I shall not be touched, that I shall be okay, that I will be prosperous, that I will be abundant, that everything is always working out in my favor now and forever? You know, how do you stay steadfast in that energy when everything around you seems to be falling apart? You're going to need to expect that this is going to come into your life, and that it may be coming in for some of you to clear out that which does not serve you anymore, that which hinders you, that which disrupts you. And the reason why the universe comes in to clear everything out is because there is something so much better for you. But you cannot have all of this clutter, all of this mental, emotional, physical, energetic, or spiritual clutter in your way in order to align you with something better. You have to go through these seasons of chaos and storminess and insecurity and feeling unsure, because that is the test of your own faith. This is to test your faith, but it is also to clear the path of all that is not going to benefit you in this alignment for your future self. Okay? So be aware that's what you can expect. Now, what good things can the collective expect um, if they stay steadfast through this initiation and they remain in love, integrity, and compassion for themselves and belief in their path and in themselves? But positive things will transpire for the collective because of that. If you can weather the storm, good things are on the horizon. Adjacent possibilities. Yeah. Okay. And let's get one more, please. What good things can the collective expect from going through this, from succeeding at this initiation? That one. There's two there. Top or bottom? Okay. All right. So we've got adjacent possibilities and angel of strength. So what this is telling me is that what you can expect is that you will have developed the inner strength and the inner resilience to face any storm, to face any situation, to face any battle, any person, any energy, any darkness, any entity, anything that is coming your way, because you're opening yourself up to a whole new world, essentially. Just heard Aladdin, a whole new world. That's funny. I would sing it, but my throat is a bit gruff right now. Hmm. New fantastic point of view. Interesting. Okay. But you're going to be opening up yourself to a new level of experience and like you're up leveling. It's just like if you're playing a video game, you're up leveling in that game. I'm not a video gamer, but my kids are. But you are going to be stepping out into the world as a new version of yourself energetically as well. And so this opens up a lot of new possibilities. However, you cannot sit in that in this new energy with these higher player characters if you hadn't developed this strength, right? Because all of these experiences that you've been through, including whatever story you're telling about your past or this person or um, your experiences, all of those have been initiating you over and over and over again to become this lion so that you can be a high level player in the next level. And it does require strength because um, when you step out of the version of yourself that you are and onto the stage that you deserve to be on, and that could be metaphorically or that could be physically, whatever your title is on this planet that you've been given, this position, right? That you've been given. When you step out onto the stage, you are going to be confronted with naysayers and haters and, crazy people who will attack verbally, mentally, emotionally, um, well, hopefully not physically, but spiritually, you're going to have people who are against whatever it is that you're doing. These might even be past soulmates, family, relationships, right? Partners, maybe even your own children or um, people that you were friends with, they might be opposing or come up against you because they don't understand what you're about. They don't understand your position. They don't understand how you were able to get there. They don't, like people become envious, people become jealous, or people just lack understanding, period. And so whether these are people who you've known or you do know, or people that you don't know that have yet to come across your work, you're going to have people who are going to come up against you. And you need that strength. And the only way to attain it is to go through this initiation and go through the storms and weather them untouched, unfazed. I mean, again, if you feel your emotions and you process your emotions and not turn away from them, not run away from them, that is strength. That is not weakness. It is required of you to know who you are and to allow yourself to feel instead of running away. And this is what's going to propel you forward into this onto your stage, essentially. You're graduating into a new realm where the stakes are higher, the players are higher, um, the possibilities, um, the abundance, everything is higher. And so you need to be able to carry yourself amongst energies that operate in those industries or in those fields because not everybody walks in the light. And so sometimes there are monsters who are hiding in those levels too, right? Or sometimes somebody just wants to go after you because of the type of work that you do, and they are not awake and they don't understand what it is that you're doing. You need to have the strength. And so that's really beautiful. If you're able to weather this initiation and weather the storms that come with it and close off the cycle, stand up for yourself, care for yourself, put yourself first, This is what it's leading to. An inner strength that is unshakable and graduating and stepping out into maybe it's the public eye for many of you, right? Or being recognized for the work that you do, whatever that work is, whatever your spiritual calling is, whether that's an artist or a doctor or a specialist or a therapist or a reader or a healer, whatever it is, it's your time to be recognized. That's what this initiation is leading to. It's time for you to step out onto the world stage, but you need this inner strength. You need to cultivate it and you need to make this decision. Yes, I'm ready. I am ready for this right now. I am ready to weather the storms and the things that are going to come forward because I am stepping into my true self and my power and my authenticity. I'm putting myself first and I'm loving myself. I'm ready. I'm not going to go in between worlds anymore. I'm going to shake off that darkness and tell myself a new story. Tell myself new beliefs. I'm going to clean up this mess from the past, whether that's within me or within another or within an environment. I'm going to clean it up so that I can move forward with my life. And that's what it's about. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Quan Yin. Have some more tea. Some tea for the squee. Okay, so that's a really awesome message. Way to go, collective. I'm super proud of you. No matter where you are, this is a step up from where you have been into a new world. It may not be for all of you that you're stepping out onto your success career line yet. For some of you, you are stepping out into your independence, I just heard, into your autonomy. So, congratulations. That also is really amazing. Choosing you first is always, you know, the right thing to do, despite what other people might try and tell you, right? It's not true. Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. Right? Thank you for confirming all that was just said. Yeah. You're consciously choosing to walk away from this. And if you haven't, this is the decision. Excuse me, confirmation verb. This is the decision you're being faced with this month. And it's a very important decision, you know. What are you deserving of? Do you deserve real love? Do you deserve abundance? Do you deserve to be happy? Do you deserve healthy relationships with people? You know, do you deserve to feel joy in your life, to feel excited about life? Of course you do. And that's what you need to align yourself with, right? Anytime that you possibly can, align yourself with your highest happiness and joy. And naturally, your authentic self will also start to be to reveal itself in those moments, right? So very interesting. Love it. What other messages do you have for the collective, either from Kuan Yin or from their holy ancestors, Holy Spirit guides, and Holy Spirit tea? I just heard Kuan Yin. Okay. Nope, that one. Resilience is one of the strongest qualities you have. It has gotten you through so many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on that inner tower of strength anytime that you need it. You've got this. Yeah. And that's just it. You are cultivating your resilience through all of these experiences, right? That's kind of what we were talking about. And there's going to be some more that you're going to have to face during this initiation, these trials and tribulations. But it's in order to prepare you for this, right? So that you're strong enough to face any entity or any darkness or anybody who's being controlled by any of that. Um, you're able to face them head on without wavering, right? Because you know yourself, you trust yourself, you love yourself. All right, and one from the collective's holy ancestors and Holy Spirit guides, spirit team, and angels, please. Okay. Have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Thank you for that message. All right, guys, we're going to close off this reading with some badass affirmations. So, if you're new to my channel, these affirmations do have swears in them. So, if you have little ones running around or people who do not agree with hearing that kind of language, or perhaps you do not like that language yourself, you have the option now to tune out, or you can put on headphones or pause this and come back to it later. Really up to you. And if you are leaving us now, then thank you so much for being here and for being a part of the energy here. I really appreciate you and love you. Send you all off with best wishes. All right. For those of you who are staying on, thank you, and we will continue. Hmm. Yeah. I just heard for whoever it is. Oh, that one's on the floor. Oh, they're all on the floor. Whoever it is that's trying to keep you small, who's intentionally trying to sabotage you or hold you back or prevent you from growing. This one is for you. This one I'm going to read first. Because it appears that some of you may have forgotten how powerful you actually are, and that it's the other way around. They have no power over you. That's why they're trying to use all these last ditch efforts or resorts to try and control some aspect of your life, whether that is financially or emotionally or energetically, spiritually, mentally, whatever it is. They're trying everything they possibly can at this point to try and limit your potential, to make you feel small, to make you feel like it's impossible, to really like blackmail your emotions or to hold you back in a position where you feel like you're not able to move forward in your life. And Spirit's coming through to say that is not true. And you are the one who actually holds all the power, which is why this energy is coming through so desperately to do anything they possibly can to stop you from this elevation. This affirmation says, I am fucking powerful. Remember that. And that's not coming from me. That's why my energy has changed. That is coming from your spirit team, your holy ancestors. You got somebody on your, I'm feeling like it's a woman, maybe an auntie or a sister or a mom who speaks like this to some degree, who is empowering. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe they passed before you got old enough to see that side of them. But there was somebody And for you men out there, this could be a man in your life who quite possibly you did know they spoke like this, but maybe not in these words, but empowering, right? They came across as a very empowered person who has a very strong, they have a very strong personality. That's what they want me to pinpoint. They have a very strong, powerful personality, very confident. And they want you to remember your own power in this situation. You are not powerless. You are not a victim unless you believe all of the things that this soulmate represents, all of the things that they told you. You are not powerless. You have the potential to create. They don't. That's why they're trying to limit you. Okay? Take your power back. I am fucking powerful. All right, what else do we have here? I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. I'm going to put that one on the storm warning card because that's exactly what that's all about. I use obstacles to motivate me and to learn and grow because that's exactly what this energy is going to try and do. It's trying to spark things within you so that you you see what you need to let go of. Excuse me. That does not want to come out. Oh wow. My throat chakra just got really attacked here. Hold on. Where is my bell? Here it is. Well, that was intense. Wow. Okay. This is exactly the kind of thing that's coming up to show you what you need to let go of. What is still like what negative beliefs or limiting beliefs or how you're speaking to yourself, how you're showing up, where you're giving your power away to another instead of taking it back. It's these obstacles, this chaos that comes into your life that's trying to show you something about your life that possibly you're not seeing. So more of it comes in, or you're allowing more of it to come in. Maybe this is an energetic boundary, right? Um, or maybe it is you telling yourself that this is just the way it is and it'll always be that way, right? It could be a limiting belief. But use this to empower you instead. Whoever is trying to bring me down is already below me, right? What were we just talking about? Whoever is trying to bring me down is already below me. And we don't mean that anybody is better than anybody else, right? We're all souls, we're all children of God. We've all come here to learn and grow and evolve. What this means is that you have elevated yourself out of this mentality already. There's just a few little tidbits that need to be cleaned up, right? You have accelerated your growth and you have developed yourself and chosen to grow beyond these patterns, beyond this person or people or groupthink or whatever it is in your situation. And that's a beautiful thing. Continue to remind yourself of that. If you want to pause the video and write these down, feel free. I don't mind at all. I am getting better and better every fucking day. I am getting better and better every fucking day. Believing is seeing, not the opposite way around, right? All right, my loves. I hope that you got something out of this, that it resonated with you. If it did, feel free to leave a comment below, or if you want to drop in something about your favorite tea, cool. I'm good with that. Otherwise, give it a thumbs up. That does certainly help my algorithm out so that I can deliver these messages to more people and we can grow our beautiful community here. And yeah, otherwise, if you're new here and you'd like what you saw and you would like to join an awesome community, then feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you here. Thank you to all my returning subscribers. I send you so much love. I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.